One tiny turn can completely change an angle. Can you name it? Let's find out.
Welcome to NCERT Revision. Learn smart, revise fast.
Have you ever noticed how an opening changes as it turns? Look closely at this point. Both rays begin at exactly the same point. This common endpoint is called the vertex.
From this vertex, two rays extend outward. The first is one arm, and the second is the other. Together, they are the two arms or sides of the angle.
Now watch what happens when one ray turns. The vertex stays fixed, while the other ray turns around it. That turn creates the angle. How do we measure an angle? We measure it in degrees. The degree tells us how much the ray has turned. For example, this angle is 45 degrees.
Imagine one ray making a complete journey around its vertex. It turns and returns to where it started. That is one complete turn. It measures 360 degrees.
Let's find an important angle. Watch the moving ray. As it turns, look for the moment when the rays become perpendicular. That is a right angle. It measures 90 degrees.
Now, make the angle smaller. Move the ray inward, but don't close the opening completely. There is still an opening, so the angle is greater than 0 and less than 90 degrees. That is an acute angle. Acute angles aren't only found in diagrams. Look at this roof. Two edges meet and create an opening. That opening is smaller than a right angle, so it is an acute angle. Acute angles can also appear in scissors. Look at the two blades. They meet at one common pivot and form a small opening. Because the opening is smaller than 90 degrees, it is an acute angle. We've seen angles smaller than 90 degrees. Now watch as the opening increases. When the two rays become perfectly perpendicular, the angle is exactly 90 degrees. This is a right angle. Look at our leg and the ground. They meet at 90 degrees, forming a right angle.
Observe yours.
Here's another example. A tree standing upright on the ground. The straight trunk meets the level ground at 90 degrees. That makes it a right angle. Start with a horizontal reference ray. This direction represents 0 degrees. Now draw a perpendicular line. This gives us our 90-degree benchmark. Notice the degrees.
We now have our 90-degree benchmark. Now let another ray move beyond it. Keep moving the ray outward. The opening is now an obtuse angle. Now let's compare this opening with a right angle. This line shows us the 90-degree benchmark. Notice that the screen opens beyond this 90-degree line. Compare this opening with 90 degrees. The screen goes beyond 90, but stays below 180, so it is obtuse. Keep rotating the ray. When it reaches exactly 180 degrees, the two rays point in opposite directions. This is a straight angle. Look at this straight road. From one point, the two opposite directions form exactly 180 degrees. That is a straight angle.
Joining point is the vertex.
These scissors show another straight angle. Their blades point in opposite directions from the pivot, forming exactly 180 degrees. Now keep rotating beyond 180 degrees. The larger turn is greater than 180, but less than 360. This is a reflex angle. Look at these clock hands. The larger turn around their center is more than 180 degrees. That larger angle is reflex.
Look at these fan blades. They share one center, and the larger angle between them is more than 180 degrees. That is a reflex angle.
Keep rotating until the ray returns to its starting position. One full turn is 360 degrees. This is a complete angle. Less than 90 is acute. Exactly 90 is right. Beyond 90, but below 180, is obtuse. 180 is straight. Beyond 180 is reflex. One complete turn, 360 degrees, is a complete angle. Quick revision: acute, right, obtuse, straight, reflex, and complete. Remember, 90, 180, and 360 are key boundaries.
You've learned the angles. Now, are you ready to test your understanding?
Question 1. Look carefully at this angle. Is it acute right or obtuse? Choose your answer. Question 2. Look carefully. Is this angle acute, right, or obtuse? Choose your answer. Let's check. It's a right angle because it measures exactly 90 degrees, and its two rays are perpendicular. Question 3. Look carefully. Is this angle acute, right, or obtuse? Choose your answer. Question 4. Look carefully. Is this angle acute, obtuse, or straight? Choose your answer. Question 5. What type of angle is this? Straight, reflex, or complete? Write your answer in the comment section.
Great job! You now know the different types of angles. Keep practicing. Don't forget to write your answers in the comments.